Cooking shouldn't be painful, it shouldn't be exhausting, and it definitely shouldn't feel like a task you dread, because the tools in your kitchen weren't designed with your needs in mind. Today we found 20 Amazon kitchen gadgets that are specifically built for easy use, minimal grip strength, minimal effort, maximum results. Whether you're managing arthritis, limited mobility, or simply want cooking to feel effortless again, every single find on this list was chosen because it genuinely makes a difference. All links are in the description below. Make sure you subscribe to Quad Finds for more practical home and accessibility upgrades. Number 1 is the Starfrit Rotato Express Electric Peeler. If peeling potatoes, apples, or cucumbers has started hurting your hands, this is the gadget that ends that immediately. Place the produce on the holder, lower the top, press the button, and the skin comes off in 10 seconds flat without your hands doing anything except setting it up. It's so sensitive it peels the skin off tomatoes, which tells you exactly how precise the blade is, and it stops automatically when peeling is complete, so there's no guesswork and no over-peeling. The non-slip base keeps it firmly on the countertop. It runs on either the included adapter or batteries for cordless flexibility, and 2 spare blades store in a built-in compartment underneath. Over 10,000 5-star Amazon reviews confirm this isn't a novelty, it's the kitchen tool people buy for their elderly parents, recommend to friends with arthritis, and describe as one of the best purchases they've ever made. Peeling used to hurt. Now it takes 10 seconds, and that's not a small improvement, that's a completely different kitchen experience. Number 2 is the Duxtop Portable Induction Cooktop. For anyone who finds the stove more anxiety-inducing than it used to be, this is the alternative that brings cooking back to something calm, controlled, and genuinely safe. The induction surface heats only the cookware, not the surrounding surface, so the cooking area stays cool to the touch, except directly under the pot, dramatically reducing the burn risk that makes traditional stovetop cooking genuinely dangerous for seniors and anyone with limited coordination. The digital controls are large and clear enough to operate without fine motor precision. Temperature settings adjust in defined increments, so you're always cooking at exactly the level you intend, and the flat, sealed surface wipes completely clean with one pass of a damp cloth. It heats faster than a coil burner, responds to temperature changes immediately, and uses less energy doing it. For anyone who wants to keep cooking independently, but wants to do it more safely, this cooktop is the straightforward, practical solution that makes that possible every single day. Number 3 is the KITCHENDAO Mezzaluna Salad Chopper, and if chopping with a standard knife has started feeling more difficult than it used to, this is the tool that makes meal prep manageable again without sacrificing the quality of what you're cooking. The half-moon blade rocks forward and back over the cutting board through a natural motion that does the chopping work through momentum rather than downward force, which means your grip only needs to guide the rocking, not power the cut. It handles herbs, vegetables, nuts, and salad ingredients with the same effortless motion. The enclosed herb bowl keeps everything contained during chopping, so nothing scatters across the counter, and cleanup goes straight in the dishwasher. The ergonomic single handle reduces the grip pressure required compared to holding a standard knife. The rocking motion is genuinely easier on the wrist than repetitive straight-down chopping, and the results are more consistent and more finely chopped than most people can achieve manually at the same pace. If chopping has started feeling like more effort than it's worth, this is the tool that makes it feel worth it again. Number 4 is the TOSHIBA Rice Cooker and Steamer. For anyone who wants a complete, properly cooked meal without managing multiple pots, multiple timers, and multiple things demanding attention at once, this is the one appliance that handles it all. Place the rice and water in the bowl, press the button, and the cooker manages the temperature, the timing, and the automatic transition to keep warm mode without any monitoring required. No pot to watch, no boiling over, no burned bottom if attention lapses for a few minutes. The steaming tray above simultaneously cooks vegetables, fish, or dumplings using the steam from the rice below, so a complete meal comes together in one press rather than a full stovetop production. The non-stick bowl releases cleanly for easy serving. The keep warm function holds the right temperature for hours after cooking completes, and the large button controls are clear and simple to set without any complicated navigation. One button, one appliance. A complete meal waiting for you whenever you're ready. That's a different kind of independence in the kitchen, and it's exactly what this does. Number 5 is the Blackcow Immersion Blender Handheld. Once you cook this way, Going back to a countertop blender for simple tasks starts to feel unnecessarily complicated. This handheld blender eliminates the entire process of transferring hot liquid into a blender jar, securing a lid, and managing a full appliance. Instead, the blade submerges directly in the pot, bowl, or cup you're already using. The button activates the motor, and blending happens right there without moving anything anywhere. As another kitchen essential for air fryer owners, the lightweight design and ergonomic handle are significantly easier to manage than lifting and controlling a full countertop blender. The single-button operation requires no settings or mode selection, and cleanup is just rinsing the blade end under water. Soups go from chunky to smooth in the pot they cooked in. Smoothies blend in the cup you'll drink from. Sauces thicken in the pan they're simmering in. Lighter, simpler, faster, and genuinely easier, and the meals it produces taste exactly the same as the complicated way. Number 6 is the Elite Gourmet Electric Skillet. Anyone who finds standing at the stove for extended periods physically difficult, this is the cooking surface that comes to wherever you are. It plugs into any outlet and becomes a full, temperature-controlled cooking surface on the kitchen counter, the dining table, or any other flat surface, so cooking happens where you're most comfortable, rather than where the stove happens to be positioned. The large non-stick surface accommodates full meals without multiple pan transfers. The temperature dial goes from keep warm to proper frying heat with clear markings that are easy to read and set, and the cool touch handles allow safe repositioning during cooking without any burn risk. Food releases without sticking, flipping is easy, and cleanup requires nothing more than a wipe. The removable drip tray catches grease and keeps the surrounding surface clean, and the whole unit disassembles for thorough cleaning with minimal effort. Cooking where you're comfortable, at your own pace, without the stove that's not a compromise, that's a smarter way to cook. Number 7 is the Trivet set for hot dishes. This is the kind of safety tool that gets taken seriously only after the moment it was supposed to prevent has already happened. Moving a hot dish from the oven or microwave to the table without a proper landing surface carries more risk than it seems. 1 second of hesitation with something heavy and hot can result in a burn, a drop, or both. These silicone trivets protect any surface from extremely high temperatures, grip the bottom of cookware to prevent sliding when it's set down, and fold flat for storage in a drawer without the bulky footprint that traditional trivets always need. The non-slip surface works on both sides, gripping the counter below and the pot above, so nothing slides toward an edge during serving, and the flexible construction doubles as a jar opener and lid gripper for anyone with reduced grip strength. Simple, practical, and effective at the exact moment it's needed most, which is the only measure that matters for a kitchen safety tool. Number 8 is the TempPro Digital Kitchen Timer. Keeping track of multiple cooking timers in your head while managing several things on the stove is the kind of mental juggling that becomes noticeably harder with age, fatigue, or any level of cognitive load, and this timer takes that task completely off your plate. The display is large enough to read from across the kitchen without moving closer. The buttons are tactile and easy to press accurately without fine motor precision, and the alarm is loud enough to register over kitchen noise rather than the faint beep that small timers produce right when the extractor fan is running. The magnetic back mounts to the fridge within constant eye line of the cooking area, the stand holds it upright on the counter, and multiple timer channels track different dishes simultaneously without losing count. Countdown and count-up modes handle both timed cooking and elapsed tracking, and the whole thing operates from a simple press rather than a complicated menu. Timing your cooking shouldn't require mental effort. This handles it completely so you can focus on everything else. Number 9 is the Utopia Kitchen Compost Bin. This is for anyone who wants to compost without the inconvenience that makes most people give up on it within a month. This stainless steel countertop bin, with an activated carbon filter lid, sits beside the prep area and accepts fruit and vegetable scraps, coffee grounds, eggshells, and other organic kitchen waste throughout the day. Without the odor that compostable material produces in sealed containers, the carbon filter neutralizes it actively rather than just containing it. The flip-top lid opens with a single hand press, so adding scraps mid-cooking requires no grip, no twist, and no full lid removal. The stainless steel construction wipes clean and resists bacterial buildup, and the compact footprint handles a meaningful volume of waste without taking over the counter. For anyone who has wanted to compost but found the existing options too inconvenient or too unpleasant to maintain consistently, this is the kitchen edition that makes it a clean, effortless daily habit rather than a good intention that doesn't last. Number 10 is the AOSION stainless steel 6QT Stockpot. A pot that is too heavy to lift safely when full is not a useful pot, it's a kitchen hazard in disguise. This lightweight stainless steel stockpot stays manageable at full capacity because the material delivers durability without the weight of cast iron or thick gauge alternatives that add significant heaviness before anything has gone into them. The wide Stay Cool handles on both sides give you a two-handed grip that distributes weight evenly across both arms during lifting. The polished interior releases cooked food cleanly, and the construction is compatible with all cooktop types, including induction, without any additional adapter. The tight-fitting lid retains moisture and heat without requiring constant monitoring. The pour spout in the lid allows controlled draining without a separate colander for lighter tasks, and the size is generous enough for soups, stews, and pasta while remaining manageable solo. Cooking equipment you can lift safely and control confidently is not a luxury but a basic requirement, and this pot delivers exactly that every single time. Number 11 is the HYTRIC electric cooker. People who find standing at the stove for extended periods physically difficult or exhausting, this is the appliance that makes a proper home-cooked meal possible without any of that. Load the ingredients, set the temperature and timer, and the cooker handles the entire cooking process through the day without any further involvement from you. The meal is ready when you are, maintained at the right temperature until you sit down, and requires nothing more than setting it up once. The non-stick pot releases food cleanly without stuck residue requiring soaking. The large button controls are simple to read and set with a single press, and the thermal safety design prevents overheating during extended unattended cooking sessions. Slow cooking, steaming, boiling, and keep warm all in one compact unit, replacing the multiple pots, multiple burners, and multiple timers that stovetop cooking demands. One appliance, one press, one complete meal, and your energy stays where it belongs, at the table enjoying what you cooked. Number 12 is the Circle Joy electric salt and pepper grinder set, and the moment a pepper grinder gets left on the table because it's too much effort to use is the moment meals start tasting noticeably less complete. This electric set grinds with a single one-handed button press at the top. No twisting, no squeezing, no rotation required, delivering freshly ground seasoning at the touch of a finger with consistent results every time. The adjustable coarseness settings dial in exactly the grind level you prefer for different dishes. The built-in light illuminates the plate during grinding, so you can see exactly how much seasoning is falling, and the ceramic grinding mechanism handles both salt and pepper without the corrosion that metal grinders develop with salt over time. The matching set keeps both grinders paired cleanly on the table. The rechargeable battery means no replacement batteries to manage, and the one-handed operation works equally well whether you're seated or standing. Fresh ground seasoning should never be the thing that gets skipped because the tool makes it too hard, and with this, it never has to be again. Number 13 is the Travel Electric Kettle. Boiling a full-size kettle for a single cup of tea or coffee wastes water, takes longer than necessary, and requires lifting an appliance that becomes heavier than expected when strength or mobility is a factor. This compact travel kettle holds exactly the right amount for 1 or 2 cups, heats to boiling in under 2 minutes, and weighs significantly less than a standard kettle, both empty and at capacity, making the lift from counter to pour a confident, manageable motion rather than one that requires bracing or planning. The dual voltage design works internationally for travel use. The wide, stable base prevents tipping during boiling, and the single button operation plug-in, fill, press, pour requires no settings, no temperature selections, and no timing. The exterior stays cool to the touch, so contact with the body during handling doesn't carry the burn risk of metal kettle bodies, and the compact form stores easily without demanding permanent counter space. 1 cup of hot water, safely and quickly, without lifting more than necessary every single time. Number 14 is the Nuwave Double Pro Cooktop, and for anyone who finds managing a 4-burner stove overwhelming, this is the controlled, manageable, and genuinely safer alternative that still handles everything a full kitchen meal requires. 2 completely independent induction zones, each with their own temperature and timer control, sit side by side in a single countertop footprint. A soup simmers on one side while a sauce reduces on the other, both at precisely the temperature you set, neither zone affecting the other. The induction surface stays cool to the touch except directly under the cookware, so there are no hot surfaces lingering after cooking completes, no open flame, and no ambient heat radiating from the unit during use. The digital touch controls are clear. The per-zone timer shuts each zone down automatically when the set time expires, and the flat sealed surface cleans with one wipe. 2 zones of precise, safe, automatic cooking and a countertop unit that goes wherever you need it. That is the kitchen upgrade that makes cooking feel manageable again. Number 15 is the Fullstar Compact Chopper and Slicer. Vegetable prep doesn't have to be the part of cooking that makes everything else feel like too much effort, because with this, it genuinely isn't. Place the vegetable on the blade grid, press the top down, and it pushes the produce through the cutting surface in one clean motion that produces uniform pieces without any slicing, chopping, or blade skill required. Onions, peppers, mushrooms, eggs, strawberries, and most medium-firm vegetables go through the same single-press operation. The collection bowl catches everything cleanly below without a separate cutting board, and the non-slip base keeps the unit stationary without any stabilization from your other hand. The blades are sharp, stainless steel, and dishwasher safe. The compact form stores in a cabinet without demanding significant space, and a full salad, stir-fry, or soup base comes together in a fraction of the time it would take with a knife and cutting board. When prep is this easy, the meals that seemed like too much work start becoming possible again, and that's the real difference this makes. Number 16 is the KPKitchen Pancake Batter Dispenser. Breakfast stops being something to manage the moment this goes into your kitchen routine. Pancake batter is one of the hardest things to pour with precision. From a standard mixing bowl, it drips down the side, it overflows the pan in one spot and underfills it in another, and the stovetop cleanup always takes longer than the meal itself. This squeeze handle dispenser holds a full batch of batter and releases it in a controlled, consistent flow with a trigger press that requires minimal grip strength, delivering the exact amount needed for each pancake without spilling, without dripping, and without overflowing. The flow stops the moment you release the trigger, so every pour has clean edges and every pancake comes out the same size and thickness without guesswork. The wide funnel opening fills without mess, the measuring markings track your batter volume, and the whole unit goes in the dishwasher when you're done. It works equally well for waffle batter, muffin batter, and crepes, and the moment you use it, the question becomes why you ever poured batter from a bowl. Number 17 is the SoulLife Chicken Shredder. Shredding cooked chicken by hand or with 2 forks is one of those kitchen tasks that takes far longer than it should and leaves your hands feeling it afterward. This manual shredder does the same job in 30 seconds with no hand strain and consistently perfect results. Place the cooked chicken inside the dual bowl design, press the 2 halves together, turn the handle, and the meat pulls apart into clean, even shreds ready for tacos, salads, soups, or sandwiches without any further preparation. The handle requires grip pressure rather than wrist rotation, making the motion significantly more manageable for anyone with arthritis or wrist weakness than the 2-fork method that demands sustained downward force and lateral dragging simultaneously. The non-stick interior releases everything cleanly, the compact design handles a full chicken breast in one operation, and cleanup is a quick rinse or dishwasher cycle. Shredded chicken on demand in 30 seconds. Without the physical cost, that's a genuinely different cooking experience from what most people are currently doing. Number 18 is the DMI Adaptive Steak Knife, and cutting your own food at your own table without struggle or pain is one of those simple everyday moments of independence that the right tool quietly restores. A knife that doesn't cut properly through meat, bread, or firm food without significant downward pressure forces the hand and wrist to compensate in ways that cause fatigue and discomfort across an entire meal, and this weighted, balanced, adaptive knife changes that by working with the natural downward motion of cutting rather than requiring you to power through resistance. The razor-sharp serrated edge pulls through meat with minimal applied pressure. The handle is specifically proportioned for an ergonomic grip without the extended pinch hold that standard knife handles demand, and the blade length and weight distribution reduce the effort each cut requires. The stainless steel blade holds its edge through regular use and dishwasher cleaning. The non-slip handle maintains secure grip even when hands are slightly wet, and the difference in how a full meal feels when the knife is doing its fair share of the work is immediate and noticeable. Some tools give independence back quietly, and this is one of them. Number 19 is the Airpro Rotary Cheese Grater. Freshly grated cheese, zested lemon, and shredded vegetables should never be the things that get skipped, because the grater made them too difficult. Standard box graters require grip, downward force, and directional control that makes each pass unpredictable and the whole task tiring within minutes, and this rotary version changes the mechanics entirely. Food goes in the drum, one hand holds the body, the other hand turns the crank, and grating happens through a smooth rotation that requires a fraction of the effort of pressing food against a flat surface. The drum keeps everything contained so nothing scatters. The results fall cleanly into whatever dish is below, and different drum attachments produce fine, medium, or coarse grating without changing the basic operation. The easy grip body provides a stable non-slip hold, the crank turns smoothly under load, and cleanup is a quick rinse with the drum disassembled. Fresh cheese on pasta, fresh zest on fish, fresh vegetables in a salad, all of it accessible again, without the effort that made it feel like something to skip. Number 20 is the Magic Opener Combo. Jars that won't open, bottles with stiff caps, cans that need a separate tool, and packaging sealed so aggressively that getting into it feels like a project. All of those small, repeated frustrations are solved in one drawer with this multifunction opener set. The jar opener pad breaks the vacuum seal with a single twist that requires a fraction of the grip strength a bare hand needs. The can opener cuts cleanly without the jagged edge that manual openers always leave, and the bottle opener works through a lever motion rather than a pinch grip, manageable for any level of hand strength. The ergonomic design works for both right and left-handed use, the compact set stores together in a single drawer space, and the durable construction handles daily kitchen use through years without loosening or wearing smooth. There is nothing dramatic about an opener until opening things becomes genuinely difficult, and suddenly it becomes the most important tool in the kitchen. This is the last opener set you will ever need to buy, and that is the most useful thing any kitchen tool can be.